everyone, and welcome back to yet another political episode. We are looking here at some not breaking news, but some important news. We have Nikki Haley is kind of nabbing and signaling her running for the president of the United States. As we know, she is a Republican. Making sure, yes, she is. She is the former governor of South Carolina. And a little background from her: she is Indian. She is the very first Asian. I don't know if I'm saying this right, but the very first Asian to become governor, and the very first Indian American to become uh, nominated on a cabinet, and that said she was under Donald Trump, so this was pretty much of a big, well, kind of a big thing. Now a lot of people aren't really about her. Um, Reasons? Well, I've looked into Red Eagle politics. He's saying that this is a very going downhill. And no offense to Red Eagle, but we kind of have to be open-minded. Um, Especially Republicans. Red Eagle politics is a Trump no matter what, forever Trumper, I like to call it. A forever Trumper. Trump, no one else. And I don't think that's the necessary way how to play this game. You have to have a backup candidate. You have to have a candidate that that is going to do good. Well, Red Eagle said that he likes DeSantis, but he doesn't think DeSantis can do this and this and this as Trump can. Well, I don't think we're going to get Republicans aren't going to get their way with this. They're probably it's either Trump, DeSantis. I do think Nikki Haley is the least to get nominated. She definitely has a hard time. Plus, if DeSantis decides to run, she would have to fight Ron DeSantis and Donald Trump, two important GOP leaders that influence the Republican Party. And Nikki Haley, she is in the shadows. And I also see some things about Mike Pence. He might run. And if Mike Pence runs, he has also become a huge target, especially from Republicans. Republicans have associated him with the swamp, the rhino column, for not supporting Donald Trump during the 2020 election fraud incident. And so reportedly turned on him, taking interviews from said liberals from ABC, CNN, and it's become quite clear that Pence has made a huge runaway from Donald Trump. Haven't talked to him since then. So I do believe Pence has a least hard enough time getting nominated than Nikki Haley. Uh, so, and the point is, all right, you gotta play right wing here if you want to get nominated. You have to become popular enough in the Republican Party, and not to say all Republicans are right wing. It leans to the right of the political spectrum, so you gotta be more right wing, be more conservative at this. But when it comes to becoming nominated, you gotta be more show your conservatism to the United States. Of course, you have the liberal media and the liberals in the background talking about what you're talking about. So you also have to say things that, maybe you gotta be more compromisable. Said here, I do think Nikki Haley, she could definitely beat Biden. And I do feel, but when it comes to Kamala Harris, that's more of a toss-up. So let's take a look here at the 2024 predictions. So we're taking a look here at my prediction, Haley versus Biden. And I do think Haley would probably beat Biden easily. First off, let's remember Joe Biden. Liberals don't like him either. Liberals despise him. Okay, they vote for him. If it's Trump, they're probably going to go out and they're going to vote for him. Keep that in mind. But it they if there's no reason to go vote for him, they're not going to vote for him. It's either I don't like Nikki Haley, but I don't like Joe Biden. I'm just not going to vote. I'm just going to stay home, enjoy my day, not worry about voting. Or you could go, I'm going to go vote for a third party. That's also a deal too. So let's take a look here. Starting from the top, I do think New Hampshire and Maine would go for Haley. I pre-thought this in advance, so it looks like I'm being lazy, but I actually did make my decision on how it would look like before I'm creating this video. However, it could change. Seeing how New Jersey kind of voted in 2021, I do think they're going to put some resentment to Biden if Haley is nominated as a Republican. Pennsylvania, Delaware, I do think Biden can carry. Maryland for sure. West Virginia, Illinois, I'm probably going to give this to Biden. Mississippi, Arkansas, Missouri. Even, I do think Minnesota would go red, especially if a lot of liberals, especially, we have a good Indian population here in Minnesota. And to vote for a fellow Indian, and possibly the very first woman president, if Haley wins this, these Minnesotans, who have a very big, diverse population, could possibly go out here. Let's keep in mind the Somali population here does not like Joe Biden. No. In fact, we had a record of Somalis voting Republican for Dr. Scott Jensen in Minnesota, as so Hmong immigrants. So they do really disapprove of Joe Biden. They don't like what he did to the country. So are they going to probably vote for Haley, probably more of a first off a woman and an Indo-American? They're probably going to be very excited about that. Not just Somalis, but other communities also. So, I do think New Mexico would probably go for her. Colorado is decisive. Now, I did realize how Colorado voted in 2022. It seems like they got incredibly liberaler than they were in 2020. They've gained more counties, so it's going to be a little more competitive. We'll probably put it up as a toss-up. California, Nevada. Let's see, Oregon could possibly go. I don't see why Oregon can't. Washington, Alaska, Hawaii, and we'll give Colorado. Well, I don't even know. If Oregon is going to go, which is more liberaler than Colorado. However, Colorado has different areas, different communities that make Democrats much easier to win, which explains why they do so well. Like, they have Denver, they have Boulder, they have even areas where they're all over Colorado that are very liberal despite being rural, excuse me. While Oregon is pretty divided, you have in the west, in the east, it's very conservative. In the west, up here, it's very liberal. The more you push up the west, the more chances your Republicans will probably win. So it's very but I do think I would probably give it to Biden, honestly. I don't know. Just simply because Um, and this will probably change, but just seeing how they played out in 2022 is kind of how is they'll probably vote. So this is my prediction, and yeah, last night while trying to predict this, I did have a hard time with Colorado. I will admit, I kept going back and forth from Republican to Democrat when it come to them, but yeah, that is my prediction. A Haley versus Biden prediction. Let's take a look at Haley versus Harris sort of thing. Like Kamala Harris. People say, oh, Harris is going to be easy to beat. Okay, but let's also remember, yeah, sure, she's the vice president of the United States. Yeah. But she wasn't the president. Like, we can't possibly say the inflation and the Ukraine war and the border crisis and everything that Joe Biden did is on her. We can't possibly say that. And all of you guys may disagree with me. There's definitely going to be some people that disagree with you, especially like more of the liberal individuals. Now, this could be more competitive. This would be the very first election where women would run against each other. Not only women, but that are diverse. Diverse Americans. Haley being more of an Indian American, Harris being a Jamaican American. So, taking a look here, this is going to be a little decisive. This is how I'm probably going to predict it. So Harris is probably going to win Maine, Haley, New Hampshire. I probably will change this overall. Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, Connecticut, New York, Pennsylvania would be a toss-up. New Jersey, Haley would probably win Virginia. North Carolina, Georgia. And part of the situation, I do think Harris would win Georgia. A lot of you guys would be freaking out in the comments right now. But try to hear me out. Now, I truly did thought Herschel Walker would win in Georgia. But then it came to me, okay, there are still a lot of individuals in Georgia that are obsessed with race, okay? They will not go and vote for anyone that's different from them. Yeah, in other words, yes, there are some white supremacists in Georgia. I don't know how I can put it that way. And that's this, and like I said in my Herschel Walker, my Warnock victory video, part of the reason why Herschel Walker lost was a lot of the hardcore right wingers didn't want to vote for Herschel Walker. They didn't want to vote for Raphael Warnock because they were both black. I hate to say that, but that's what I'm not the only one that's thinking that. A lot of other Republicans and strategic individuals are thinking this. Because let's think, Georgia has still that deep South population. There's not as much hardcore Confederate sort of individuals than there are today. Not no wait, not as much as today than as they were back then, but still, that really could impact the election. Um, well, this would probably be a close one, but I do think in the odds and ends, Harris could win Georgia if the GOP doesn't get those individuals who out on their side. And I know that sounds really horrible for me to say, and I feel bad saying that, but once again, I mean, that's how politics works. I mean, the Democrats have the wokeists and the communists. They have to get out and vote. Same thing here. They have to get their extreme people out and voting. Even though the GOP doesn't like to associate themselves with the racists, they have to get their votes though. in order to win, like states like Georgia or the deep South states. And yeah, but what about Donald Trump winning Georgia? Well, once again, Georgia is a competitive state. I'm just using the recent 2022 Senate election in Georgia as an example. So, Florida, I do think would go to Haley, Alabama, Kentucky, Ohio. Seeing how Michigan voted, I would probably give Michigan to Harris. Um, Wisconsin, I probably will give to Haley. Illinois, Pennsylvania, we have made a decision with Pennsylvania, how they voted in 2022. We're going to give it to Harris. Um, Mississippi, of course, one of these Republican states, they're going to go to Haley. Iowa, for sure. Harris will win in Minnesota, North Dakota, South Dakota, Nebraska, Oklahoma, and Texas will be awarded to Haley. Haley almost to 270 here. So definitely, I do think Haley can beat Harris too. New Mexico, well, really depends on you, New Mexico. You disapprove of Kamala also. And then again, it's a hard one. But it's a toss up for New Mexico. Colorado is probably gonna go to Harris. Wyoming, Montana, Idaho, Utah will go to Haley. We're gonna get California out of the way. Nevada is going to go to Haley for sure, seeing how Republicans are doing well in that Silver Star state. That's possibly very much of a possibility. Oregon and Washington. Alaska. Hawaii is going to Harris. Alaska. Now, it really depends on these Arizona and New Mexico and how they are going to vote. Last night, I initially had Haley winning in New Mexico and Harris winning in Arizona. How crazy would that be if they totally flipped? And I'm like, that would be fun. I'm totally going to do that. No, well, we got to be honest. I can't just do Arizona and New Mexico flippy just because I think it looks kind of funny and it looks kind of silly and I like how the map looks. No. I have to be completely honest. And that's how we do map predictions. You got to be completely honest and how you feel is going, how they would probably vote. Arizona. Yeah, like I said, this is going to be a hard one. I'm going to give this to Haley. New Mexico to Haley. Simply because of the Harris and the disapproval rating she's gotten isn't been really great. Arizona. Another state. She hasn't done so well in. I'm probably going to give to Haley. So this is the election. Do I feel confident? No. Probably not, but this is what I've decided. Thus said, what it will look like. So, this is a Harris and Haley sort of, win. No, this is a Haley win, against Vice President Harris. So, I know a lot of you guys are gonna disagree, and I'm okay with that. Guess what? I can tell you, Red Eagle politics and Buckeye politics have a lot of people that disagree too. It's just a part of doing the politics. There's going to be people that disagree. Of course, be respectful down in the comments. Think of what you... Tell me what you guys think about this. And once again, I need some feedback. Oh, do you think New Mexico would probably go to Harris? Or, oh, do you think race wouldn't be an issue in Georgia. There is a chance race isn't an issue in Georgia because with Trump and Biden. Because the hardcore right-wing population, I don't know if they did vote for Trump or not, but Biden won in Georgia by a little bit. So it could be not a race issue. So once again, let me know what you guys think. Be respectful in the comments, and I'll see you guys in the next political episode. See you all later.